Today we're going to defeat 3 bosses in Warcraft Rumble. The first is going to be Raene Wolfrunner, then we're going to take on Lady Vespira, and finally going to be Cairne Bloodhoof. And of course, thank you to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. The first boss that we have here is going to be part of the Ashenvale campaign, and the big thing you have to worry about is going to be these minis coming right on down from the top side. But, of course, if you have the leader where Tarragon, he can help heal himself, makes a big difference where he can absorb a lot of damage and heal up. So what you want to try to do is obviously take control of this meeting stone towards the right side, and then you can eventually make your push up to here, but you can also push over and help grab this tower. But you do have to keep your mind on the top side, as they will continually spawn over time, and you want to try to get towards the enemy boss before they can spawn too many to the top. Up here, right up there, is where they'll spawn over time. Once they get 3, then they'll be deployed. But of course, moving off to the left side here, you can continue to try to overwhelm, and then you see that they're spawning here, but this is where, if you're able to get splash, hit through the tower and hit the troops as well, it is very strong. And this is where I decided to go with a gargoyle. Yes, this gargoyle will target the tower directly and able to help take it down very quickly. And then I can use a quillboar somewhere in this base to help provide either one a distraction, but also to come in from behind. And there will be other campaigns that the quillboar is very useful, plus also the miner as well. So keep those in mind. And if you have the chance in getting it for your deck, be sure to do that, as quillboar is one of the best minis in the game. So making our push through here, and this is where taking these guys down with splash is critical. It definitely can make a big difference, as I do have that. He is swinging, doing the splash damage across the board, but we're continuing to make our push through. And then I drop the flame walker from behind so I don't get targeted. I can take some damage on the tower, that's okay, but as long as I can do the splash right there, it makes a difference. And then you can continuously move your way up towards here. I do have the ability to where I can get extra shine or extra gold, essentially, when I take down chests. So make sure, if you're able to do that, definitely something that can be very strong. And now I'm seeing there's only 1 up here. Gotta wait for 2 more before they start running on down. But this is where continuously dropping a gargoyle to the left side to make that push eventually. But I end up having enough troops over there to help take this one down. So first boss complete. Now Lady Vespira. All right, how are we gonna be taking her down? Well, the big thing here is that I'm seeing there's a chest right in the middle. I personally want to try to control that. Don't let them try to take it. So that's where quillboar can be very useful to, one, kind of stop them from getting it, but also grabbing it yourself. And then Tyrion, from this left side, he can move his way through towards that tower, and quillboar did a nice job there. But this is where I can stun them. That's why these guys right here are so useful, because they have that stun ability. They can anytime they're shadow to start, anytime they do hit, that enemy does become stunned, but they are pretty weak, so keep that in mind. But there was a little bit of lightning to help take down some of my troops, as I did get a little bit closer here. But notice, I've got 1 Tyrion going from this side, 1 Tyrion coming from this side. They're going to be able to do so much, but I can't take down Drake right there, so that is where I'm going to be able to deploy her, and boom, down it goes Drake, just like that. And now, look at this. This is why I dropped them right onto the chest, because watch, it's going to be +4. Yeah, +2 to be able to help get that value. As I continue to move my way through, we have Tyrion right on top of the boss right there, continuously try to overwhelm, and we're doing pretty good. We're making our push through, and this is where continuously farm. Don't stop farming. Even if you think you're getting close, you got a lot of your minis overwhelming the boss, you still can use more gold and be able to help continuously spawn them so that they don't take it. The big thing is, once they start to get the momentum with the gold, it is going to be so much difficult, so much more harder, I should say, of trying to stop their push. So there we go, and I see that just barely a little bit of health here, and I do go down. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to cycle through, and then this is where I can go ahead and use my final unbound mini and finish her off just like that. This is exactly why you want to have unbound minis part of your deck, so you can do exactly just like that. So second boss now completes. This is the third one here. So let's take on Bloodhoof. And this is the big thing where he's going to do damage by splash damage on anything ground in a certain direction. So keep in mind, or really almost, I think any mini to be honest, in a certain direction. This is where your unbound minis are critical. This is why I have Quailboar here and the Miner. Pay attention a little bit later. What I'm going to do is drop them behind so that he then turns around and doesn't do the damage. I'll point it out as we get to that portion here. But notice I am going to try to push my way through, but continuously try to control these mines. Get that shiny so that they can't get it there. So I'm going to continue my push through. But notice my levels of my minis. I've got a 12 Tyrian, we got an 11 here, we got 8 here, while they're around 9. So if you are struggling on a lot of these campaigns on the maps, look at your levels of your minis and compare them to that of the enemies. If yours are quite a bit lower, like 2 levels lower, you're going to have a hard time defeating it. And I would just say probably stop trying that campaign and wait till surges or do the dungeons, and that is a different way that you could level up your minis and then come back to the campaign at a later point. Otherwise, you're just going to be spending so much time and just pulling your hair out because your minis just can't continue to make their push through. Okay, now I'm seeing that I'm kind of getting this down and I can make this initial push here. So I want to take out this tower so I can control this bit. I see that I have them coming right up this lane, so I use a Quailboar on the other side to be a tank, and then I can get some damage off of here. Now the big thing I want to take is the other tower to the top side. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this right here to get that splash, and boom, takes that down just like that, as this is where we can continuously drop Tyrian again, but I'm making a nice push through here. But this is where, take a look at the boss, right? This is where he's going to do all that damage when I get close. So this is where you have to drop your minis behind with your unbounds on this map specifically, which is going to be very useful. So I'm continuously pushing up the left side. Since I got this initial tower right here, look at this. This is the damage I'm talking about. Everything in its path, but this is where I drop a Miner, and notice he turned around. So later I'll drop a Miner and an additional Quailboar to really distract him. This is where we're taking out, boom, that tower goes down. Now we're really controlling the map. We're controlling the middle portion and we're controlling the left portion where we can then start to overwhelm. But you have to time it. Just like I said, you have to time it so you turn him around. Because we're continuously pushing through. I'm seeing that I need to farm up a little bit more, and now I'm waiting. Like, okay, I got a nice push through here. I can get through here. I drop another Flame Walker down on this bottom side. Thieves as well. And this is at this point where I can continuously farm, and there it is. I'm dropping a Quailboar. 2. I'm waiting, and bam, I drop him now. Now all these minis will not get targeted. I also drop a Miner as well to prevent the boss from spinning around and hitting what I don't want. Now they're getting all this damage. So this is the key on this map right here to take down this boss, is you have to turn him around so he doesn't do all that splash damage. And also, you want to have troops that are higher level. If you're around like 7, you're going to struggle on this map. It's going to be very difficult. And I'm waiting. I'm continuously going to drop my unbound minis. You can see the time runs out, but that just means we're now going to overtime. Once the overtime runs out, then it will be considered a draw if no one is taken out here. And I continuously wait. I can drop my last unbound mini just to ensure it, but he's going to go down probably even without the assistance, and boom, the damage takes him down just like that. And this third boss was completed. Is there any boss part of Warcraft Rumble that is difficult for you? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. And of course, thank you to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring this video. And the link to download the game will be down in the description. And hopefully, I'll see you in game.